So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Lord Zath, and we're going to do another Zath chat on stream. And my stream has asked for the campaigns, for us to talk a little bit about the campaigns. So let's do that. As always, if you've got questions, if you want to share your opinion, please do so. Later, when this goes on to YouTube, ask away in the comments. This is an area that I think a lot of players, especially newer players, forget about, and that's something that's available to everybody. Once you get to a certain account level, and it's pretty easy to get there. So let's take a look at the campaigns. You can get to it over here on the left side. Now, for me, I have premium. When you have premium, you have the ability to work through and progress 3 different tasks at once. If you don't have premium, you just have 2. Do you need 3? No, it's not that big of a deal. It's just a little buff if you have it. Each of these campaigns have different requirements, different tasks, different sets of missions to work your way through. And they all have different bonuses when you complete it. For example, Hit Hard, Hit Fast, Hit Often gives you Halsey, one of the best commanders in this game, especially for American ships, because he only works on American ships. Great for battleships and heavy cruisers. Some would say maybe even destroyers, but I would definitely put him on a like a Des Moines or something like that. Yamamoto campaign gives you Yamamoto Soroku, another legendary commander, this time for Japanese ships. He's great for Japanese battleships like the Yamato. I personally have him on Kitakaze because I play the Kitakaze more than anything else. So that comes in handy. Honorable service will get you a ship, the Shino no 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 Nome, a tier 6 hybrid Japanese destroyer that is actually very powerful. And then you've got Signs of Victory is the one everybody really starts with. You get 7 days of premium time with that. And then Cobra specifically asked about the 5 epochs of the Navy. Let me see if I can get this thing moved over so you can see the rewards that you can get from completing it. Oh no, it's a guy says, one thing that bothers me, several missions require specific low-tier ships to complete. Yes, that is true. I, for the longest time, hadn't completed them either. If you look at it, I've done all of these. Each time you click into it, it gives you like a little map and some paths and stuff like that to do. I've done these with honors, which means I've done all of the little final or all the little subtasks in there. Cobra, we've asked about it. I don't think Wargaming is interested in developing any new campaigns. They did have a steel campaign for a while, which was quite controversial because it was like 40 bucks and then you got a whole bunch of steel. And people at the time said, hey, wait a minute, steel's only in clan battles and ranked and stuff like that. But it's definitely a good idea to set up for doing these things, even if you're not necessarily playing for a specific task. You can just put it on there, and you can see most of them. They've got specific requirements. So destroy an enemy ship with main battery guns. Obviously, you're going to complete it in a single battle, and you have to use tier 3 through super ship. And you can do it, in this case, you can do it in randoms, ranked, and in co-op battles. Many of these tasks can be completed in co-op. Um, so, what the idea is, I can show you guys on the 5 epochs, because I'm not quite done here. I only have one final task left. What you can do is, as you work through the tasks, you gain stars. Each task is worth a certain number. Um, as you complete those tasks and gain stars, you unlock your final task for each of these different, because you can call them chapters or whatever, missions. They're called missions in the game. So once you finish that, you can unlock the final task. It gives you a reward, and then you move on to the next. And as Cthulhu mentions, yes, you can redo tasks to get stars. So if you really don't want to get 5 kills in the Umikaze or Tatra, for example, with task 7, you can say, now I don't want to play that. I'm just going to go back to here and earn 210 ribbons. And you can keep doing it over and over and over again. You don't get the rewards again, that's correct, but you do get the stars, which allows you to complete the mission. So what I always tell people to do is, hey, work your way through the tasks, complete the missions, and then if you're bored and you want something else to do, go back and redo all the other tasks. For example, I finished all tasks except for this one. I need to cause 1.2 million damage to ships in a Midway, Audacious, and Gato. Wow. You're grinding for Halsey one star at a time. Perfect. There you go. So this is free. This is something that you have available. Everybody has available, and it's literally free stuff that's being left on the table if you haven't picked it up. I can't speak today. So definitely work your way through these. As a new player, I recommend Signs of Victory to start. Unlocking 7 days of premium account as a new player is fantastic. Actually, let me back that up. I would start with the 5 epochs of the Navy if you're a new player, because most of these tasks force you to play tier 2, 3, and 4 ships, at least in the first couple missions, I believe. Yeah, are up to tier 4. Some of them you can start getting into, like this one I see, that gets you into tier 5 and 6. Um, as a newer player in World of Warships, what I like about doing the 5 epochs of the Navy to start is it forces you to play more tier 2, 3, and 4 battles than you probably normally would, which is not a bad thing because one, you stay in protected matchmaker as a new player, but it also gets you some good prizes as well. Signal flags, which you're not going to use to start, but would be helpful later on when you get to the, higher tiers, when you decide you don't want to detonate anymore, for example, with Juliet Charlie. You get a container here, which is kind of nice, right? And then you also get a container here as the final task reward. So I would highly recommend you work your way through as a new player, start off with the 5 epochs, and just do these tasks until you aren't going farther. So like here, for example, now you're getting to tier 5 to 8. If you haven't gotten to the tier 5s yet, then stop working on this campaign and go to another one. Go to Science of Victory. Um, the hit hard, hit fast, hit often is difficult because most of these are high tier 8 and up. So it's going to take you a while before you can even do the Halsey campaign. But I believe Yamamoto is pretty accessible. No, 9, 10, and super? 8 and up? Yeah, okay. So Yamamoto is also one that you'll do later. So once, set those to the side, 5 epochs to begin with, and then once you're done with that, if you want easy path, you do Science of Victory to get yourself the premium account. If you want maybe some more challenging stuff to do, then I would go to Honorable Service and work your way through. Although that said, these are also 8. These are also 8. Never mind. It's been so long since I've done these campaign tasks, y'all. So, 5 epochs of the Navy, Science of Victory, kind of do these together. Once you get to 5, maybe go to Science of Victory and work your way up Science of Victory. What's the last mission requirement? This is 5 and up. So once you get to the final task of Science of Victory, and you can see it's going to take you a long time to get through there. Once you're done with that, then go to the 5 epochs and finish these off. And by the time you finish these off, you'll probably be able to do Honorable Service and Yamamoto and Halsey. Between these 3, where I'd recommend you go? If you're playing Japanese ships, then Yamamoto is fantastic. If you're playing American ships, then Halsey is important. If you want a premium ship, then go for Honorable Service. The choice is yours and yours alone. But it is nice to have a premium tier 6 destroyer to derp around with and progress your captains and stuff. But having these special captains is very helpful. Exactly, Yamamoto is a must-have if you're going to play these ships. Halsey is also nice to have. Not as good as Yamamoto, I'd say, but they're both really good to have. So if I were to prioritize these, me personally, I'd probably go Yamamoto first, and then I'd probably do Honorable Service. Why? Because frankly, Halsey's tasks are very, very difficult. I think this is probably the hardest of the campaign tasks available. And remember, you can have up to 3, if you've got premium time, up to 3 tasks in progress at once. Just try to pick tasks that are similar. So if you're on, let's say you're in 5 epochs and you're doing one here that requires Aoba, Miyoko, or Devonshire. Okay, these are cruisers, so maybe try to find a task that requires you to play cruisers as well. So you can kind of double dip as you're going through and doing these. But there's no time limit. You just complete them at your own pace. You start with the Path to Victory and then Honorable Service, and now Yamamoto, and hit hard to get the commanders. Cool, that works. Just do it. Don't ignore it. This is one of the parts that honestly people just don't know it exists. So